So as you can see here, obviously David Hogg, who notoriously has been grifting the Parkland shooting survival that he had like 6 years ago, he's been grifting that again for the better part of a decade. He apparently has been elected to be the DNC vice chair, basically trying to stop and prevent the Trump administration from actually doing anything for the American people. So we're going to have his 1 minute speech. We're going to roast the hell out of it. I mean, the guy is literally 3 years older than me. He is about, what, 24 years old, has a hairline of a 38-year-old at best, and we'll see what he says. Oh my God, you're in for a doozy.
First of all, thank you, Chairman Harrison. Can we give a round of applause to Jamie?
Now, I question chat, okay, just let me know, is this guy a human being or is he some sort of a lizard? And by that I mean, the guy's clearly an opportunist. The guy was probably trying to be president even before the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting, and he took that and tried to use it as an anti-gun platform to then leverage that to become some sort of Democrat apparatchik. In fact, when his younger sister graduated from that high school in Florida in 2021, he and his family relocated to D.C., which is kind of concerning. Why the hell would you move from Florida to DC unless you were trying to go for something political? And that really gets to the essence of this whole debacle. Now, again, I could mention Keen Martin and other people that are at higher offices in the Democratic National Committee, and I will get to that eventually, but I will tell you that David Hogg really is a pernicious thorn on the side of any American that cares about their country. This guy is one of the biggest anti-Second Amendment profligates and commentators in the left wing, and so it's time that we see what the guy has to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's ready to take the fight to the Republicans and win this thing?
No confidence, no smile.
Are you guys ready to fight?
You have no aura, brother. This guy has no shoulders either. I mean, Hillary Clinton, as manly as she acts, I mean, she has bigger shoulder pads than this kid has, apparently. Very pathetic.
It's been a long day, but guess what? We have a long road ahead. Let's go and kick some ass.
That was the lamest way you could have said those words, but Jesus, this guy would be hazed out of a frat in like T-minus 30 seconds, man. This is embarrassing.
Let's go win our young people back, and let's stop sending just our thoughts and prayers to address gun violence and...
Let's win our young people back. You're not young. This guy is 24, and I'm younger than him, but still, this guy's relatively young. He doesn't act young, and I'm not talking about his hairline. I'm not talking about his politics, which are neoliberal syllogisms. I'm talking about the fact that the guy is not really a Zoomer, okay? He, as a technicality, yeah, he is young, but he definitely is skinwalking as a 40-year-old. I mean, again, not to address the hairline again, but I will again because I'm very sadistic, and I will tell you, the guy is an aspiring politician, and what is so lame is that, like, I'm like that. I do want to be president, of course, a lot of people do, but you have to bring your own aura, your own charisma, your own angle. This sort of, like, copycat, like, nihilist BS is not going to land anything other than complete failure. Now, he did leverage this whole shooting thing into like this, DNC vice chairmanship, but I mean, it's after Kamala lost, so I mean, like, what does it even mean in reality? Now, let's see what he says.
Do something! Are you ready to do that? Because together, we can make school shooter drills history and not headlines. Are you ready?
Wait, hold on. So you're saying that we're not going to have them? If David Hogg gets his fantasy completed and he becomes DNC vice chair, like one of three of them, that all of a sudden, instead of doing any drills, we're just going to like not do them anymore because what? We're like so safe? What makes you so safe that it wouldn't happen to where you wouldn't have to make drills about it in high school? What the hell are you talking about? Are you talking about getting rid of all guns? Because that's the only way you can guarantee for you to not like need to do drills so that people have public safety for their teenagers and younger when it comes to school assault events, okay? Like, get real.
To do that. Together, we can address the housing crisis and so many other issues of our time that are affecting our young people. Because tonight, Malcolm and I won with your support. Thank you so much.
Okay, first of all, who is this winner? This guy was a guy who lost by a lot to Lindsey Graham, who's one of the least talented politicians of all time, completely contentious, hateable person, who said that Donald Trump was an unstable psychopath, basically, in 2015 when he ran against him in the Republican primary in that election cycle, and he still beat this guy, Jamie Harrison, I believe is his name, is his fucking, this milk dud-looking individual with a double chin. I mean, this is your winners. This is your sort of Democrats nowadays. They've learned nothing since Kamala lost, apparently.
You guys rock, and thank you again to Jamie.
You guys rock. You're so limp-wristed. It's pathetic. And the average gay guy, I'm not even joking, has more masculinity, more testosterone in their body than this twink. It is pathetic. This guy literally has a hairline 20 years his senior, is a guy who has no aura. But this little thin blue lanyard is trying to have this sort of bully pulpit to say that he has anything to really communicate any sort of message that would help the American people at this time of need. And again, this guy is a complete fallacy when you look at his actions. This guy went to Harvard. Meanwhile, the guy who survived the shooting as well in Stoneman Douglas, the Republican guy, Kyle Kashev, I believe was his name, got completely slandered because he said like a slur when he was 14. But this guy goes to Harvard just like the other guy tried to, and he graduates because he's a leftist loser. And now he's in a position to become and is now the DNC vice chair. And to what end? Why? So that he can promulgate and to proliferate more Second Amendment sentiment? I mean, I'm happy, as in, like, obviously the Democrats are, again, electing the wrong sort of people. You know, instead of Joe Manchins and John Fettermans, they're going for David Hoggs and God knows who the hell else, Kamala Harris's. I mean, I'm happy for this, but it's still so gross that this guy has any sort of power at all.
Friends in the young Dems, the college Dems, the high school Dems.
What kind of fidgeting autistic loser goes, young Dems, college Dems, high school Dems? What the, like, seriously, what the hell is that? It's not funny. It's awkward. Again, this person to his right, Jamie Harrison, is such a loser. I mean, look at his predisposition. The physiognomy is completely out of line with reality. I mean, the guy is like halfway grimacing, terrifyingly, also smiling. I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
I love you guys so much.
You love us so much. Okay, where is your facial reaction to this? Again, it's called being a human being. Gavin Newsom, complete sociopath, American psycho, but of the California variety. Again, I at least applaud the guy for being a good politician. He knows how to lie to you. He knows how to sell you a broken car, a used broken car, but at least he can do that. This guy has no talent, no acumen for it. He says, I love you guys so much. Does his face even change? I'm mocking him and trying to act like a robot. I have more emotive capacity than David Hogg does in his entire body, which is not saying much. The guy's a twink. All right.
I could go on and on. Let's go party.
What the hell? What kind of awkwardness was that, chat? We can go on and on. No, you can't. You actually cannot. You'd be crying. You'd be sweating. You're awkward. Nobody liked you. You had no hoes in high school, I can promise. And then secondly, he goes, let's go party. Dude, you are 24. It does not give you the right to use words like a frat guy and say, let's go party. You're a loser. Some inadequate 85 IQ Nelk college frat dude, YouTuber, has more charisma and doesn't even know how to do an LSAT or even get into Harvard. Yes, yet this guy did. Okay, because this guy is a complete loser, lizard person, and he's basically a person that successfully, and credit to him, grifted off of being a part of a shooting in which he did nothing of note other than hide in some sort of janitorial closet or something, which again, I don't blame him for, but it's also like, okay, you did nothing of note. Hundreds of other people survived doing the exact same thing you did, and then now you have the right to what, like, take my guns away because of what? Disgusting.
Okay, folks, we're not done yet. We're almost...
Okay, notice that when politicians like Bill Clinton or Obama, anybody, when they're leaving off stage, people are clapping, they're applauding him, they're missing him already, even though he was just there right then, that last 5 seconds. But in those 5 seconds when you're walking off the stage, you say, okay, there's thousands of people applauding me, let's high five, let's wave at them, I love you guys. But no, this guy David Hogg does not have the capacity to do so. He just kind of like narrows down, uses his Adderall to kind of like focus on the curtain on the side and says, oh my god, I need to walk away from here, oh my god, I'm the DNC vice chair. Oh my god, how do I not screw this up? I gotta make sure I don't trip on my own laces. That's David Hogg in a nutshell, chat. In the last few minutes of this video, let's just consult his Wikipedia page. I took umbrage with one specific part of this entire article right here, okay? And it goes as such right here. So, winning back young voters who have drifted away from the Democratic Party to Republicans, okay? So, that was why he promised to run for vice chair. Now, keep in mind a couple things. Number one, if you really cared that much, you would have run for president or complete chairman of the Democratic National Convention or whatever, but you didn't because you knew you weren't going to win. Instead, you surreptitiously, but also a better word for this would be just cynically, said, okay, I'll run for something that nobody really cares for, but will poise me to then run for a bigger office in 4 to 5 years. And again, if you studied Pete Buttigieg, a gay, sociopathic, like antichrist figure, again, a complete lizard person, resume fluffer, and filler, you'll notice that they're two peas in a pod. Okay, David Hogg is saying, okay, well, I'm not going to run for the big thing, even though I claim to be this sort of crusader, and I'll instead cope for this thing that I can leverage to be this bigger thing. Kind of like how Pete Buttigieg ran for president, knowing he wasn't going to win, but then could become a cabinet member in whatever administration won, whether that be Bernie or Biden, and then henceforth he became the High Secretary under Biden, I believe, or Transportation Secretary. Anyway, David Hogg saying he's going to win the young people, which is really nonsensical when you think about it, because David Hogg is somebody who, again, when you think about the people that defected from Biden to Trump from 2020 to 24, or rather people that are new voters for Trump that voted him over Kamala, despite again being probably pro-choice and not the most conservative people on the planet, we're thinking about fraternity guys. Now, will David Hogg actually translate to getting those people back? No. Will he get the transgender people, the Palestine people, the people that are like very obsessive over abortion despite the fact that nobody wants to have sex with them in the first place? Yes, he'll probably get that vote back. But I do think that his attention is misplaced, and I think that he's trying to find a niche where he's trying to fulfill a certain problem that's, dividing the Democratic caucus, but again, he won't fix it, and nor is he the right person for it. I think some 45-year-old well-adjusted dude would actually do better to get the young vote back for the Democrats than does this autistic person that's a complete reptilian human being, and I say that in a pejorative because the guy is, again, devoid of charisma, can't even pretend to be a good politician, and is devoid of even a hairline to back up his youth. He's 24. He looks like he's 36. You look at the top right image on this display here, and it's a little bit pathetic that the guy is pretending to be this politician and aspiring to be what, DNC chair, what, in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't think he's going far in life, and if he does, I'm glad, because he sucks. And whenever he's given the bullet pulpit, just believe that he will completely fumble the Democratic purpose, and I'm here for it. So anyway, David Hogg is running for DNC chair. He won the VP position, and honestly, I'm so happy. The guy sucks, and he's going to handicap the Democrats going forward. Not to be ableist, it's a little bit of a joke, and he is too. So anyways, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Comment down below if you have any suggestions, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios.